Well, hello and welcome to Positivity, where you can start earning 12% today with lending that makes a difference. And today we're going to show you who Positiviti Lending is, how Positiviti Lending is solving a problem worldwide with your support, what is microlending and why doesn't my financial advisor know, how microlending works with Positiviti, how borrowers get access to our microloans, and how you will earn 12 to 36% return on your investment every year. If you're not interested in earning 12 to 36% of your investment, then go ahead and leave this video now. Otherwise, hang on for a few minutes here and we're going to take you through this journey that you will get better returns than the stock market or mutual funds. So Positiviti Lending story and mission, we started in September 2018 to help small, medium, and micro enterprises flourish and grow in their own countries without the aid of foreign governments. And currently we are serving the country of Kenya. We have grown 1,000% in both our size of our microloan portfolio and our client base year to year from the start. And our microlending platform is dedicated to the success of our microlenders and borrowers. Now, the secret to our success is our borrowers have a default rate of less than 1% on our loans, and the average in the U.S. is about 3.5%. And we offer our borrowers a much lower interest rate per month when compared to our competitors, and our microloans are processed within 48 hours for qualifying borrowers. And our lenders receive a better return on their lending funds than most other microfinance companies offer. So Positiviti is solving a problem. And we launched in 2018 in Kenya that has a market population of 55 million people, but only 3% have access to banks, meaning that 53 million people out of the 55 million people, or 97%, do not have any access to banks whatsoever. So by meeting this rising need for microlending, we aim to help the entrepreneurs build businesses and create jobs in their communities. And microlending is a smart strategy for achieving your long-term financial goals as an investor. So Positiviti can help you build your investments safely. So just sit back and watch your funds grow. So people will ask, well, what is microlending? Well, microlending is the process of connecting a borrower and a lender for a non-traditional smaller loan. A borrower usually uses the microloans if they do not have access to local financial institutions, which 97% of Kenyans don't, if they have poor credit or no credit, or if they want a loan that is smaller than what their bank will allow. Now, investors turn to microloans to earn higher rates of return and diversify their portfolios. So microlending is heavily supported by peer-to-peer lending digital capabilities that connect borrowers, investors, and lending platforms across the world. There are many different microloan platforms online, each with varying loan requirements, fees, and policies. So a big question I get is, why doesn't my financial advisor know anything about investing in microlending? And why most people haven't even heard about it? Well, simply microlending companies like Positiviti, Tala, Branch, and others are not publicly traded companies. So they're not traded on the stock market. And your financial advisor advises you on stocks that are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. And most microlending companies are privately funded in 4 different ways. There's the peer-to-peer lending, such as Kiva or Lending Club, where you actually are the lender to a direct recipient. And so you're taking a much greater risk on the return of that investment. Now there's private equity groups. Think of multimillionaires, people that get together and they have $5, $10, $20 million to invest. Not enough maybe to make a major investment in a company, but they get together in private equity groups and therefore they get to invest those funds. And you can think of your venture capital groups, your billionaires, your Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Peter Thiel, Mark Cuban. All of these venture capital groups invest in companies like microlending where they get a much greater return on their money than they do in the stock market. And finally, there's Positiviti Lending, where anyone can invest to receive a minimum of 12% annual returns. And we will show you that in just a moment. So, Positiviti Lending, the pros, is very high liquidity, stable returns, monthly interest payments, and broad diversification options. The cons are they are unsecured loans, much like a credit card in your wallet, is an unsecured loan. They are lower quality borrowers. In the case of Kenya, they're borrowers that don't have any access to financial institutions, and they could have a higher default rate, though in our case, we're seeing less than 1%. So at the end of the day, microlending isn't risk-free, but it's nowhere near as volatile as the stock market and crypto market. And I can tell you in 2022, our investors have earned 12 to 36%, not lost 8 to 30% like the stock and crypto markets. And so with these yields starting at 12% a year, microlending with Positiviti offers the interesting investment alternative for many, many investors. Now people, well, I've also asked is how big is the microlending market? So let's just take a quick look at this map. It's a $124 billion industry in 2018 and growing every year, all right? $48 billion market in South America. It's a $36 billion market in Asia, and that's predominantly led by India. It's a $20 billion market in East Asia and the Pacific, mainly due to the Philippines. And in Africa, it's a $10 billion market, mainly in Kenya, believe it or not, South Africa, and a couple other smaller countries. Now, most of the borrowers are women, and most of the people are rural. So they're not in major cities. And again, because of this fact that women have been able to achieve greater financial independence in many of these countries around the world, thanks to microlending. Now, some of the key players, you recognize some of these logos here. PayPal is one of the tops with PayPal Venture Capital, which is a major funder of some of the big, large companies in this space, as well as they have their own microlending platform. Some people have used PayPal payments. Square, Tencent, some of these others are India-based or European-based companies. So how does Positiviti Lending work? Well, Positiviti turns your investment into available microloans for small and medium-sized businesses in Kenya. But microloans are also issued to individuals as well as businesses. And once they're issued, those microloans are returned with principal and interest in 30 days. These are 30-day loans, all right? And so the interest and gains are reported to the lenders. And then the cycle continues again for the next 30 days. So who is managing the loan process in Kenya? Well, Positiviti Lending is partnered with Open Valley Investment Group in Kenya, which is co-founded by the co-founder and president, Dr. Barry Odhiambo, and his management team, who has over 50 years of combined experience working with medium and small and micro enterprises in Kenya. Now, our management team in Kenya operates out of Nairobi and Kisumu and has over 200 field reps working throughout the country, including in rural areas. And because of our success, we have opened a credit union as well called Afriza. And Afriza is the African Rebuilding Savings and Credit Cooperative. And this is going to help the people, that 97%, the people using our microloans, as they build up their credit through our microloan strategies and programs, they will eventually be able to enter the credit union cooperative and get higher loans at lower rates. So this is just some of the people in Open Valley Investments, some of the Kenyans there that are some of our great partners over there. So how does a borrower get loans in Kenya? Do they just walk into a bank, fill out a bunch of paperwork? Well, actually not. One of the main ways is using the AfriCash app. And this software app automates the lending platform called AfriCash. And this is a unique mobile lending app that credits borrowers low-interest loans with flexible payment schedules, but they are 30-day loans. So they want to pay weekly, every 2 weeks, or one big payment at the end. Now, this app quickly gets our borrowers the cash they need by transferring the loan straight into their mobile wallet secured by M-Pesa. And I will explain what M-Pesa is in just a second here. But we want to show you a couple of people. Again, predominantly women are our largest borrower group all around the world and in Kenya. They will use it for school payments or restocking their booze at the local market. So it's very important how these micro loans help the people of Kenya. Now, how can I be confident that the money is secure and transferred? Well, I mentioned the M-Pesa network, and the M-Pesa is a mobile phone-based money transfer service that allows payments and microfinancing, and it was launched in 2007 by Vodafone and Safaricom. And now it is in 10 countries, including India. So it first started in Kenya, all right, and is now in Kenya, Romania, Senegal, and many other countries, and growing. It allows users to deposit, withdraw, and transfer money, plus pay for goods and services, and access credit and savings, all with a mobile device. Any mobile device, not just a smartphone. And this allows users to deposit money into an account stored on their cell phones, and then they can send funds using PIN-secured SMS text messaging to other users. They can even use this to pay for people for their sellers of goods and services at the market, and they can even redeem deposits in their account for regular money. And so they can go deposit, withdraw cash from a network of agents, just like getting cash back at a retailer, okay? But they can also give cash to the retailer, and that retailer can send that wirelessly through M-Pesa to another retailer so that a person on the other end can receive the cash. The service has been lauded for giving millions of people access to a formal financial system, reducing crime in an otherwise largely caste-based societies, plus it has been credited for lifting millions of Kenyans out of abject poverty. This is huge because we are helping people lift their lives from abject poverty into a more normal society where they're able to have a much better financial life. So, the big question everybody wants to know is, how can I earn 12% annually or up to 36% annually? Well, we have two levels of participation in our program. To basically receive 1% a month or 12% a year, the minimal investment is $150, but anything $150,000 to $50,000, you will receive 1% a month. Once you cross the threshold of $50,000 or invest $50,000 or more in the front end, you will receive 3% a month or 36% a year. Now, the interests are monthly and be visible to all lenders in their personal account on the Positiviti Lending portal. Now, if a lender chooses to participate below that mark, that account will earn 1% a month until the account matures past $50,000. Once the accounts have passed that threshold, they will begin earning 3% a month. So that's the key. We want to help everyone earn at least a minimum of 12%. I know that your local credit union isn't giving you 12% on a savings account. So let's take a quick example of how this example might be for you as a lender. Let's say by the 15th, we're coming up to the first of the year here, but get everything, you get registered, get your money transferred to Positiviti. We get it into the lending pool by February 1st. Loans are paid with principal and interest by March 1st, so by March 15th, you're credited with that interest from the February lending pool. And this continues on and on, month to month, all right? And our minimum is you will receive this monthly interest for 12 consecutive months. Our program is a minimum of 12 months, and at the 13th month, you can withdraw any part, or just leave it in and roll it over, or just take some of the profits from it. So if you want to take a quick peek at how a $50,000 investment will grow, in year one, that $50,000 investment in January is going to turn into $68,000 at the beginning of the next year. So there's $18,000, 36% interest earned here. Now, after that, then you're going to, if you decide to leave it in there, by the end of the second year, you'll have over $92,000 in that account. Now, you can start taking, at any point in time, you could actually take a monthly stipend and leave that money in there and just take a residual income. Or continue to let it roll over for up to 12 years, for example, and you would at the end of 12 years have over $2 million. Now, if you just left that money in there just left this money at the 12th year, you could literally draw $44,000 a month and live on that. So this is what Positiviti Lending can do for you. Now, people also ask us, well, what kind of fees am I going to be incurring for withdrawing the principal and interest? Well, there's only one fee that you're going to have to pay, and that's whatever the gains are in taxes to the federal government. And that is only on the increase of your gains. So you would only pay on the 36% or 12% you make. You would not pay anything on the initial investment. And again, it's just a simple form for distribution after completing your 1-year anniversary. So are there other companies participating in microlending? And yes, I mentioned Tala earlier, and Tala is one of our is a big 800-pound gorilla on the block. It started in Kenya. It's really big in India. It's about to possibly go public in 2023. It has secured over $340 million in venture capital, and including some from PayPal, Bill Gates Foundation. So you can see some of these players are big in this industry. Now, Kiva, I'd mentioned in the peer-to-peer segment, is a nonprofit that directly allows you to lend to other countries. So Tala is only in 4 countries. Kiva's in 77 countries. But you are the person who is directly responsible for providing a loan directly to the borrower. So you become a direct lender to direct borrowers. Okay. Now, Branch is another company that is like Tala, has received about $250 million, $250 million in venture capital funds. They may go public in 2023. Branch was started by the man who started Kiva. He left Kiva to start Branch and make it a for-profit company. Branch does allow some investments with a minimum of $100,000, but it pays only 20% returns on that $100,000. So we pay 16% greater than Branch does. Now, people ask, oh, you mentioned there are other companies. There are many companies in Kenya alone, and many companies around the world. And let's just go back and take a quick peek. We can see here that Africash is one of the mobile loan apps that is obviously ours. We have a minimum amount of 50 Kenyan shillings up to 60,000 Kenyan shillings. People will ask, well, how much is 50 Kenyan shillings? That's about 60 cents. So less than $1. All right. Now, KCB, M-Pesa here, this is the major bank, one of the top banks in Kenya. You could see Branch, you could see Tala. Both of these companies offer $1,000 or 1,000 Kenyan shilling minimum. Most of our competition, as well as Positiviti, is a 30-day loan. You can see some of the larger loans will allow from 1 to 36 months. And then a couple will be lower than even 30 days. All right. So, everybody says, this is great. How can I begin earning 12% or more? And how can I get started with Positiviti? So, our first opportunity is simply this. Invest as little as $150 and $10 per month to begin earning 12% a year. Now, why do we say $150 a month minimum? Well, this is the amount the average Kenyan earns per month. So we're just asking you to invest as little as $150. Maybe take some out of your savings account. And just compare that with how much your savings account is returning you right now. Now, another way is you can roll over a 401k or an IRA account as well. Now, Positiviti is an investment option with Oasis Retirement Trust. So if you have a 401k or an IRA account that you would like that is not earning you at least 12% now, let's talk. We can help you. Now, we do have a very special opportunity. This is a limited opportunity that expires March 31st of 2023, and we call it the Friends and Family 50K Pool. And here's how it works. You get several family members or friends to pool a minimum of $50,000, and everyone will earn 36% a year in that pool. So one example is you have 5 people and everyone puts $10,000 in each. Maybe everyone goes, man, this is great. I want to invest $10,000 or 12%. Well, if you have 5 people, then you can turn that $1,200 a year into $3,600 a year, and everybody is going to make that 36%. That is a $2,400 increase per year. Now, another, it could be variable amounts. You have 6 members in a family, and you've got some people have 1,000, 5,000, maybe somebody has 30,000. Well, again, everyone's going to earn the 36%. So the person with 1,000 is going to earn $360. The person with 5,000 is going to earn $1,800, And the person who might invest up to, say, $30,000 is going to earn $10,800 in that time period. So in looking at this, this is a great opportunity for everyone to get together, pool with a group of people, and earn 36% return on your money. At the end of the year, if anybody wants to opt out, they can. All we ask is that they continue with a minimum of $50,000. All right, so we want to make sure that we maximize that return on investment to everyone in the group. Some groups will just probably leave it in there and grow together for a couple years, 3, 4, 5 years. So everybody earns 36%. So this is very important to take advantage of this special opportunity. And we can help you put this plan together. So, next question is, okay, how do I get started with Positivity today? So to become a lender today is basically schedule a meeting with myself or my partners. Or if you're ready, you have a single investment, you say, look, I'm just going to I don't have a friends and family. You can use the button with the schedule conversation button there and register online for a single investment. You'll fill out the registration form online. Now, once you've completed the registration form, whether it's in the friends and family group, we will then work on confirming your deposit. Either you might wire the money, send in a check. We don't take cash at all. So again, it's very easy becoming a lender with Positiviti. It's very easy to participate in our friends and family program. If you've got several friends and family members together, somebody that's got a little bit extra, but even the kids put in $500. The thing is we want everybody to take a great opportunity here, come into Positiviti today, and start earning 12 to 36% return on your money. So again, I want to thank you for attending, and we look forward to your financial success here at Positiviti. Again, my name is Dan Smith. My partner is Jan Hale, and we would love to schedule an appointment with you below. And thank you so much for attending Positiviti, and here's to your financial success in 2023.